Hello, I'm Mathieu from Ludo-Chrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Dark Agent. Dark Agent is a planning game and a placement game for 1 to 6 players ages 14 and up, and it plays for around 40 minutes. So this game is still a prototype. It's going to have a Kickstarter soon, so everything that I show here is not final. Rules or material components may change. So this is a game about you as players, you are secret services, and you want to smother a terrorist threat. And basically you're going to do that by removing terrorists from the central board. So every player is going to have a player mat with equipment, spies, and tokens, and you're going to mainly play on a central board, which is full of objectives to fulfill, of tactics, and of people that will annoy you. But you're going to remove those terrorists and hopefully get victory points, which are the stars, the printed number in the stars. And you want to get the majority of them at the end of the game. So the game is going to last 12 rounds, in which every player plays once, or can end sooner if all of the yellow and black objectives are collected. Said objectives are going to have nicer miniatures, probably during the Kickstarter. So how do we play the game? Basically, in your turn, you're going to have two phases to perform, the satellite phase and the secret agent phase. During the satellite phase, you're going to manipulate these satellites, obviously yours. And why would you do that? It's because satellites give you access to cards. For example, this one gives you access to this column, but only to this row. The more satellites you have on the same column, well, the more reach you have. And if you have all 3 satellites of your color, you get access to the full row, which is really good because you can dig deep into the game board. So your satellite action is either you move 1 or 2 of your own satellites to free spaces, or you can swap satellites. So for example, I could swap this one for this one, and I'm going to have access to a new row and to a bit more reach. I can go up to the 3rd space. So that's basically how it works. Once you have performed your satellite action, you can move on to the next phase, which is the secret agent phase. During this phase, you're going to assign tokens on spaces that are within your reach, and for example, like so, and I could probably then tell you what do we do with the assignments. Every time you assign things, you're going to trigger abilities, depending on the type of card that you've triggered. So for example, if I have triggered an equipment, I'm going to get the equipment. So I put it in my playmat, I have a limited number of spaces, and this is going to be spent at my will. And I can gain bonuses, be it attack, defense. Well, I can gain a lot of things from equipment. I can get tactics, which are those red cards. If I activate a tactic, I'm going to get things out of the game, new equipment. I can move the cards around. I can get, like in this case, the secret agent token, which might turn an enemy spy to my side. So that's really good. But I'm going to have a variety of effects. And the rest is basically conflict. If I activate one of my own spies, I'm going to get bonus fight. And to fight, you simply need to engage an enemy, target an enemy, and meet or exceed the goal in the shield. And you're going to do so by adding the power that you've collected plus the sum of 4 dice. You're going to roll those dice, maybe spend items to get more consistency on this, and if you've met or exceeded the goal, you collect the card. And this is going to give you points at the end of the game. Basically, this is a sentry. It works the same as the rest of the cards because you can target other things like enemy spies. You might deprive them and deny them of presence on the board. You can also target goals. But those goals cannot be targeted if there are sentries or enemy spies touching them. And you may turn an enemy spy by targeting it and giving it your secret agent token. This allows you to turn the spy to your side and maybe to have access to an objective that was previously blocked. If you get the objective, you still collect it, And also, if you do not want to try to meet the goal of the objective, you can use its ability, its top ability, which might give you power, super satellites, well, other things. Once you have done your 3 actions, that's the end of your turn. You're going to have 1 turn per player, and then you maintain the board. You have the UNO phase. And during this phase, basically you're going to take the closest board to the satellites, and you're going to place it back, and you're going to push to create a new board setting. Basically, there is a rotation which is called the Earth rotation, and you're going to have to adapt to this and to plan ahead, because everything is going to be cyclical, and you want to have as much agency on the board as possible. The game is going to last for 12 rounds of the game, or can end sooner if all of the goal cards are collected. You're going to then tally points, and the points that you get are the cards that you have collected, plus a few other things, notably spies that you have placed on the board. That's it, you know almost everything about Dark Agents, so as you can see, you have to time ahead, to plan ahead, and to make the best use of your satellites to get a good reach and a good grasp of the game. So now, bye-bye, and see you on LudoChrono.